Layla Torres was a mess. Hair wild, apron stained, shoelace untied, and somehow a piece of gum stuck to her elbow. It was her first day as nanny to the most unmanageable twins in Seattle, and she looked like she'd survived a food truck. Explosion. She pushed open the iron gate of the Blake estate and stepped into silence until she heard, "To the chandelier." Two boys, identical and loud, raced through the living room with a drone trailing toilet paper straight into a crystal chandelier. The crash was dramatic. The boys cheered like they'd won a gold medal. "I'm your new nanny," Layla said. "You're late," one twin snapped. "You look like a burger," said the other. She was still picking up toilet paper when a man in a sharp gray suit descended the stairs. All CEO energy and zero patience. "You must be the nanny." Layla yanked the gum off her elbow. "Yep, and you look like you haven't slept since 2010. Maybe try green juice?" He frowned. "Ryan Blake, CEO, father, I don't do juice. Layla Torres, nanny, Latina, juice enthusiast." The drone crashed at their feet. "Case closed," she said. Minutes later, while Ryan took a call about some multi-million-dollar merger, Layla was wrangling the twins. That's when Max whispered, "Operation Push." She didn't stand a chance. They shoved her into Ryan's office and slammed the door, locked. "Now you can fall in love," they shouted from outside. Ryan ended his call mid-sentence. Layla stood there, ketchup on her shoulder, mortified. "Please tell me I'm dreaming," she said. He sighed. "You're not." "And yes, they locked us both in." "They've got talent," she muttered. "Miniature chaos agents." Ryan's posture softened. "They haven't laughed in months." "Not since their mom passed." Layla's face changed. "I'm not a therapist, but I do know how to make kids laugh." "I thought you'd quit." "I almost did, but—" They smiled. "That's worth staying." Outside, the twins whispered, "Operation New Mom is going better than planned." A guard unlocked the door. Ryan exited first. Layla followed, expecting to be fired, but instead he turned to her and said, "They laughed." She stood stunned. Was it a warning? A compliment? "And, you still have ketchup on your shoulder," he added before walking away. That night, something rare happened. Silence. Not the kind where mischief waited to explode, real peace. When Ryan checked the boys' room, they were asleep, calm, safe, and in between them sat Layla, slumped in a chair, barefoot, holding an open book. Dozing off, he watched her longer. Then he meant to. Then, quietly, he covered her with a blanket. Downstairs, he couldn't focus. Every half hour, he crept back up. But nothing changed. The boys and Layla slept soundly, and so, for the first time in a long time, so did he. "How's your back?" Ryan asked as Layla poured coffee into a unicorn mug. "Sore," she muttered, "but worth it." They actually slept through the night. Ryan set his cup down. "You're the 9th nanny I've hired in 6 months. Most didn't last a week. One ran off without collecting her pay." Layla blinked. "Seriously?" "Max and Leo haven't slept since the accident. Nothing worked. Doctors, therapists, white noise machines, and last night, they just slept." Layla shrugged. "We talked about dinosaurs versus dragons if unicorns eat pizza. I read, sang a Spanish lullaby, and told them I'd still be here when they woke up." Ryan looked at her like she'd performed a miracle. Upstairs, chaos resumed. The boys thundered, "Down calling Isla, astronaut pirates, let's go." They crashed into her with hugs. "She's the best nanny in the universe." Max shouted, "Whole universe." Leo agreed. Breakfast turned into a comedy show. Layla gave everyone silly titles. The gardener became Master of Golden Leaves, the housekeeper Princess of Order. The twins howled with laughter. "What about you, Dad?" Max asked. "I don't need a title," Ryan replied. "Baron of Endless Coffee." Layla announced. "Lord of Serious Face," Max added. Even Ryan cracked a smile. "Come dance with us." Leo begged. "I have a meeting in 5 minutes." "It's robot flamingo fusion," Layla said with a straight face. "Cures all grumpiness. I'm not grumpy." They all laughed. Minutes later, music echoed through the hallway. Ryan found Layla dancing in a napkin pirate hat, flapping her arms wildly while the boys followed, giggling. "Dad, join us!" "I don't dance. Everyone dances," Layla replied. Son just forget how? He stood frozen. Then his phone rang. Later, while he was on a video call, Layla entered with a tray. "Baron of Endless Coffee," she said, placing down lunch with fruit cut into stars. "I didn't ask for this." "The boys said you'd forget to eat." Ryan paused. "They said that? They said you work late? Sometimes even sleep in the office." He nodded. "Temporarily until some deals close." "Sure," she said, clearly not buying it. Before she left, Ryan called after her. "Thank you for all of it." "You still haven't signed my contract." She grinned. "Technically, I'm just a charming intruder." Crash, laughter. "Sorry," the boys yelled from the kitchen. "Let me guess. Slime?" Ryan asked. "There's glitter on your eyebrow," Layla said, laughing. "But don't worry. It washes out eventually." Under normal circumstances, Ryan would have panicked about his marble countertops turning into a glitter bomb. But then, "Dad, come see the slime," Max shouted. "It makes fart sounds." Ryan stood still. When was the last time they wanted? "Me in the fun?" He wondered aloud. "They want you in it," Layla said. "They just don't know how to ask." "I don't know anything about slime." "No one does. That's the fun." "Come play, Dad." Leo yelled. An hour later, the four of them were knee-deep in chaos. Green slime in Ryan's hair, pink slime on Leo's ear, and Max covered in purple to the wrists. Layla looked like a glittery rainbow exploded on her shirt. "Dad, can you hire Isla forever?" Leo asked. "Please," Max added. "She's the best ever," Ryan smiled at her. "We haven't signed the contract yet." "Then sign it," the twins shouted. "Now!" "Or we'll go on strike," Leo warned. "Strike? From what?" Ryan chuckled. "How's your back?" Ryan asked as Layla poured coffee into a unicorn mug. "Screaming at me," she groaned. "But the boys slept through the night. Totally worth it." Ryan leaned on the counter. "Ila, you're the 9th nanny in 6 months? The others?" "Quit." One vanished mid-shift. Ila raised an eyebrow. "They haven't slept well since the accident. Nightmares, anxiety, nothing helped." "Therapists, music, meditation, nothing?" I listened quietly. "Last night I just talked to them. Dinosaurs versus dragons. Pizza-loving. Unicorns. Then a few bedtime stories, a lullaby, and a promise to still be there in the morning." Ryan looked like he'd been hit with something heavy, but hopeful. Suddenly, laughter exploded upstairs. "Isla, we're astronaut pirates now." The boys burst in like a two-kid tornado. "She's the best nanny in the whole universe," Max declared. "Yeah," Leo agreed. "She does dragon voices." "Breakfast first?" Isla smiled. "Then we tackle your upside-down shirt, Leo. It's space fashion." Ryan tried to return to CEO mode, but it was hard with that kind of joy bouncing off the walls. Over breakfast, Isla assigned silly titles to the staff. Master of Golden Leaves. For the gardener, Princes of Clean Kingdoms. For the housekeeper, what about Dad? Leo asked. Baron of Endless Coffee, Isla declared. Emperor of Eternal Meetings, Max added with a fake stern face. Even Ryan cracked a smile. "Come dance with us." They begged. "I've got a meeting. It's robot flamingo fusion." Illa said seriously. "Scientifically proven to cure grumpiness." "I'm not grumpy." They all laughed. Moments later, Ryan peeked into the hallway. Illa had a napkin on her head like a pirate, and the twins were flapping around her in chaotic rhythm. "Come on, Dad." They called. "I don't dance," he muttered. "Everyone does." "Some just forget how," Illa said. Before he could join, his phone rang. Later, during a video call, Isla appeared with a tray. "Lunch delivery from the Baron's new assistants." He blinked. "I didn't ask for this." The boys insisted. "Said you skip meals." Ryan glanced at the food star-shaped fruit, a sandwich, and a hot coffee. "They said that?" "And that you sleep in your office sometimes?" Isla added casually. He sighed. "It's temporary." She didn't look convinced. "Thanks," he said before she left. "For everything." "Still technically a trespasser," she teased. "Contract's not signed." Crash, laughter. "Sorry," echoed from the kitchen. "Let me guess, slime?" There's glitter on your eyebrow, Ela grinned. Ryan was stunned. The kitchen was covered in slime, his designer counters sparkling. Pink dot, but when Max shouted, "Dad, come see the farting purple slime Isla made," he didn't feel frustrated. "They want you in this," Isla said gently. "They just don't know how to ask." "I don't know how to make slime. No one does. You just start. Come on, Dad." Leo chimed in. Soon all four of them were drenched in rainbow goo. Ryan had green slime in his hair. Max's hands were purple. Leo had pink stuck to his ear. Illa looked like a walking glitter bomb. "Dad, can we keep Isla forever?" Leo asked. "Please," Max added. "We haven't signed the contract yet," Ryan said. "Then sign it," they yelled. "Now." "Or we go on strike," Leo added. "Strike from what?" "From everything," Max declared. "No food, no sleep, just noise?" Ryan groaned. "Emotional blackmail? Is it working?" Max winked. Isla whipped out a wrinkled paper. "Temporary contract. Drafted it yesterday." Ryan scanned it. "Looks fair." He grabbed the pen. "One condition," Max said, holding up a heart-shaped cookie. "You must sign while eating this. It's our new family tradition." Ryan looked at the pink sprinkle-covered cookie. "You made this up?" "Yes," both boys said proudly. "Traditions matter," Isla nodded. He bit the cookie, signed, and smiled. "Now you have an official nanny. Cheers." Slime flew again. Later, as Isla prepared to leave, she noticed a closed door at the end of the hallway. "What's in that room?" she asked. Ryan stiffened. "Just a room we don't use." "Ah, probably needs fresh air. Closed rooms always." "Do Isla that room," but she was already waving goodbye, promising new surprises tomorrow. Ryan stared at the door. Some rooms stay closed for a reason. Ryan came down the stairs, tie sharp, eyes tired. "Morning, Baron of Endless Coffee," Isla teased. "How many cups today?" "3," he muttered, grabbing a fourth. At breakfast, Isla unveiled her surprise stash: paint kits, beads, cookie supplies. "We're turning this place into an art museum." She cheered. "Can we make macaroni necklaces?" Max asked. "Beaded bracelets." Leo added. Ryan tried focusing on work while chaos bloomed around him. His once quiet house now buzzed with laughter and creativity. "Dad, want to join us?" Leo asked. "Maybe later. Big meeting coming up." "You always have a meeting," Max mumbled. Before tension could rise, Isla stepped in. "Let's let His Majesty run the empire while we make masterpieces." Soon the living room was a colorful mess of glitter, beads, and brushstrokes. Isla hummed softly in Spanish while guiding the boys, but her curiosity got the best of her. That closed door at the end of the hall? She had noticed it since day one. Today she finally checked, telling the boys she was getting more paint. She crept down the hallway. The door opened easily. Inside was a room frozen in time. Clothes in the closet. Perfume bottles. Framed photos of a smiling woman with two younger boys. A porcelain vase sat delicately on the vanity. Isla stepped closer, heart softening until she bumped the table. Crash. The vase shattered. She dropped to her knees, whispering, "No, no." "What are you doing?" Ryan's voice thundered. He stood in the doorway, face pale with fury. "You went into her room? You broke her favorite vase? I didn't know. I didn't mean it was the last birthday gift I gave her." Ila's voice softened. "I'm truly sorry, but it's a vase." "You're a billionaire. Buy another on eBay." Ryan blinked. Not what he expected. Max and Leo rushed in. "What's going on?" "I broke something special," Isla confessed. "Something that belonged to your mom?" The boys vanished, only to return moments later with fists full of modeling clay. "We'll make a new one," Max declared, "with glitter." Leo grinned. They sat cross-legged on the floor and got to work. "Can I help?" Ila asked. "Only if you don't break anything," Max joked. 30 minutes later, they had a lumpy, sparkly vase full of love and tiny gold stars. "It's beautiful," Ryan murmured. "It's different," Isla said. "Different can be good." He looked at her paint in her hair, pineapple socks peeking from under her pants, and felt something shift inside. His phone rang. He answered automatically. "Ryan." "Whitmore, my dear son-in-law," came a commanding voice. I'm returning tomorrow. Ryan closed his eyes. Lady Margaret. I've missed my grandsons. I'll be staying for a while. He hung up and groaned. Trouble? Ila asked. My mother-in-law, she's coming back. Is that bad? She has opinions. Ila looked around, glitter, clay, half-eaten cookies. Tomorrow will be fun. She grinned. The next morning. Chaos. Ryan was up before dawn. Ila was coaxing the twins into stiff button-ups. Why do we have to wear boring clothes? Max. Wind. Grandma Margaret likes kids who look like mini CEOs. Ryan explained. She's not the Queen of England, Isla joked, helping Leo with buttons. You don't know Lady Margaret, Ryan warned. At 10 a.m. sharp, a black limo pulled up. Out stepped a regal woman in pearls, tweed, and judgment. Grandma Margaret. The boys cheered, running up. Much better, she said after inspecting them. You finally look like gentlemen. She turned to Ryan. The house is still intact. Good. Then her eyes landed on Isla. And this young woman is... This is Isla Torres, Ryan said, the boy's nanny. Lady Margaret gave her a once-over, nose slightly wrinkled. This is the nanny? She looks like a party entertainer? Silence. Max and Leo froze. Ryan held his breath. Isla smiled calmly. And you look like a Disney villain, Ryan nearly choked. The twins gasped. Lady Margaret's eyes widened. How dare you? She's nice, Grandma, Max said quickly. She makes slime and teaches us dance moves. Leo added, Slime? Lady Margaret turned to Ryan in horror. She's corrupting them. She's actually very good with the boys, Ryan said carefully. She's inappropriate, Ryan. Look at her. Casual clothes, messy hair, and... I know I saw pineapples on her socks. They are pineapples, Isla confirmed, beaming. Yesterday was watermelon. Ryan, dismiss her immediately, he hesitated. Ila had done what no one else could help his boys sleep, laugh, open up. Maybe we should talk about this privately? No. The twins shouted, She's the best nanny ever. Max cried. Then they ran. 10 minutes later, they were found huddled in the trunk of Ryan's car, arms wrapped around each other, teary-eyed. If Grandma makes you fire her, we're running. Away too, Max said. Before anyone could respond, an orange cat leapt from nowhere right onto Lady Margaret's back. Ah! Get it off. Everyone froze except Isla. She calmly scooped up the cat, whispering softly as it began to purr in her arms. Then, gently, she inspected Margaret's scratched neck. Let me clean that, she said. Margaret, speechless, allowed it. Where did you learn first aid? She asked. My grandma was a nurse. She believed taking care of others was the most important thing. She sounds wise, Margaret murmured. She was. Ryan watched as Isla tended to his mother-in-law with care and warmth. She turned chaos into calm, resistance into trust. And somehow, she was winning everyone over, including him. 3 days later, over breakfast, Isla made a bold suggestion. Let's have a picnic. I've got meetings all day, Ryan said. And they've got childhoods to live, Isla countered. She's right, Lady Margaret agreed, surprising even herself. 2 hours later, they were in Discovery Park with sandwiches, fruit, and star-shaped cookies. Look how big it is. Leo shouted, running ahead. As the twins explored, Ryan spread a blanket with military precision. You know, it's just a picnic, right? Ella teased. Not a merger agreement. I like things neat, he replied. Yeah, I noticed. You line up pencils by size. Then Isla accidentally bumped his glass. Orange juice spilled all over Ryan's expensive pants. Your pants. She panicked. They probably cost more than my rent. It's fine, Ryan muttered. Clearly not fine. Liar, you're screaming inside. Nearby, the twins had started digging a hole in the dirt. What are you two doing? Ryan asked. Digging a hole for secrets, Max replied. Secrets should be buried, Leo nodded. What kind of secrets? Ila asked. We like it when Dad stays home, Max whispered. And we're scared he works so much he'll forget us, Leo added. Ryan froze. I work so you can have a good life. But we want you in our life, Max said. Ila looked at him. Ryan, I know what they want, he snapped. You don't understand my world. No, but I understand them, she said, pointing at the boys. They're not reports, they're your sons. Don't tell me how to raise them. Then someone should, Isla said, standing. You treat them like meetings to schedule. I'm doing my best. Doing the bare minimum isn't the same as doing your best. The silence that followed was thick. Max and Leo held each other, confused and frightened. Isla, that's enough, Ryan said through gritted teeth. Realizing she'd crossed a line, Isla turned gently to the boys. Let's go see the lake. The rest of the day passed in quiet tension. When the boys finally fell asleep under the fading orange sky, Isla sat beside Ryan. I'm sorry, she whispered. You were right, he replied without looking up. I don't know how to do this alone. Maybe you don't have to, she said softly. Before the accident, she handled everything. I just worked. Have you ever thought, maybe working is easier than feeling? Ryan finally looked at her. Maybe you don't have to be perfect, Isla said. Maybe just being Ryan is enough. As the sun dipped below the trees, Ryan looked at Isla properly for the first time. Golden light shimmered through her curls. A streak of dirt from playing with the boys smudged her cheek. Her smile was soft, eyes steady, even when challenging. I don't remember how to just be Ryan, he said. Maybe I can help you find him, she whispered. They were close now. Very close, he leaned in. She didn't move, then dash bam. A runaway scooter slammed into Ryan's leg. He dropped to the grass, groaning. Isla rushed to him. Are you okay? Mostly just dramatic, he winced. It's bruised, but not broken, she said, examining his shin. Definitely not your most graceful moment. As she helped him limp to the car, he grumbled, I can manage. Sure, Mr. Independence, she teased. Just lean on me. Halfway there, Ryan started laughing. I almost kissed you, then got hit by a scooter, Isla joined in. Well, unforgettable. And just like that, he laughed harder than he had in months. The next morning, Ryan came down limping and found a surprise on the table, a gold key with a red ribbon. Your housemaster key, Max announced. For emergencies, Leo added. Creative. Emergencies, Isla clarified. Bringing pancakes? Ryan raised an eyebrow. Like surprise parties or spaceship rooms? Max grinned. Ryan eyed the key, unsure. Isla smiled. What's the worst that could happen? 3 hours later, he had his answer. Downstairs. The sounds of chaos interrupted his prep for an investor meeting. When he opened the conference room door, he was met with a pirate ship, bed sheets for sales, chairs tied with ropes, a pirate flag flapping under the AC. Max wore a newspaper hat. Leo swung a foam sword. Isla sat in his executive chair with a tricorn hat, sketching a treasure map. Ahoy, Captain Ryan, she called. Ryan stared in horror. The investors arrive in 10 minutes. Wait, what investors? Isla asked. The Japanese delegation. The most important meeting of the quarter. Oh, Isla blinked. That's a problem. A problem? This is a $50 million disaster. Relax, Captain Panic, she said, clapping her hands. Cleanup mode, crew. Then the doorbell rang. Too late. George entered, followed by 3 sharply dressed Japanese investors. They paused. Ryan had a paper eye patch still stuck to his face. Isla held a foam sword. The twins stood frozen mid-dash pose. Total silence. Treasure ahead. Leo shouted, trying to save the moment. Ryan nearly fainted. Then Mr. Tanaka, the lead investor, spoke. Interesting. Very creative. In a flash of genius, Ryan straightened. Welcome to our innovation simulation exercise, he said smoothly. Simulation? Mr. Sato asked. Yes, Ryan nodded. We're testing unorthodox methods to boost creative. Thinking, Isla caught on fast. It's cutting edge, she added. Engaging the inner child to unlock innovation. In Japan, we value such ideas, Mr. Yamamoto said. The twins bowed politely. Hello, they said, charmed smiles all around. Then Isla declared, Gentlemen, would you like to try our experimental sushi? Ryan's eyes widened. Sushi? In minutes, she created a bizarre but charming spread using bananas, cream cheese, and dried seaweed arranged like gourmet sushi. The investors tasted it. Unusual, but delightful, said Mr. Tanaka. Very creative presentation, added Mr. Yamamoto. 2 hours later, Ryan had closed the deal. Working with such an innovative company will be our pleasure, they said. Bowing as they left, Ryan collapsed into a chair, stunned. I can't believe that worked. Banana sushi saves the day, Isla smirked. You saved a $50 million contract, Ryan said. Let me thank you properly. Like dinner? Strictly professional, he clarified. To discuss creative strategies. Completely. Professional, she echoed, smiling. That evening, Ryan stood outside Seattle's fanciest French restaurant. He changed outfits 3 times. When Ela stepped out of the taxi, he forgot how to speak. She wore a simple blue dress, her curls pinned up, and gold star earrings that sparkled softly. Hi, coffee baron, she grinned. Sure this fits my nanny salary? My treat, you saved my career? Inside, the restaurant was candlelit elegance. Ila leaned in, whispering, How many forks are normal? Ryan chuckled. Depends on the course. She grabbed the biggest fork. This one. Does everything. He laughed again. Operation New Mom. Was going better than expected. At the restaurant, the waiter approached with refined grace. Our special this evening is grilled salmon in hollandaise, he said. Great, Isla replied. But, do you have ketchup? The waiter froze. Madame, ketchup? I put it on almost everything. He blinked, horrified. Chef Henry would rather burn the kitchen, Ila shrugged. It's okay. I'll survive. Ryan nearly choked, holding in laughter. They talked over dinner, childhoods, dreams, parenting. Ryan confessed, Before you came, I'd forgotten how to laugh. Isla smiled. My grandma used to say, a day without laughter is a day wasted. Ryan watched her eyes light up as she spoke. Want to hear a terrible joke? Always. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Why? Because he was outstanding in his field. Ila paused, then burst into laughter so loud nearby diners stared. Ryan joined in. As they left, a street musician played jazz. Ryan offered his hand. Dance? Here? Why not? He tossed off his tie and spun her gently on the sidewalk. For the first time he felt free. Thanks for letting me be myself. She whispered. Then dash splat. Ela accidentally knocked over a tub of spicy sauce from a nearby food truck. All over them. It burns. She yelped, dancing in place. Ryan, also dripping, cracked up. Only us. An hour later they returned home, still laughing. Max and Leo ran over, faces painted in dragon patterns. Look, we got tattoos like you. Tattoos? Ryan blinked. I don't have a... He'd forgotten the temporary dragon sticker on his arm. Now we all match. Leo grinned. Ryan looked around. Isla with sauce in her hair. The twins beaming, his own shirt stained and crooked, and felt something unfamiliar. Family. The next morning. Ryan's smile faded when he saw Max and Leo at the table with giant dragon tattoos across their faces. What is this? Morning, Dragon Dad, Max grinned. Take them off. Why? You have one too. That's different. Why? Ryan was stumped. They're kids, he finally said. They need structure, rules. They need space to express. Isla chimed in from the kitchen. You saw this and said nothing? They spent an hour picking dragons. It was creative. Ryan panicked. They're going to school like this. What will people think? That they have imagination, Ryan sighed. Imagination? This leads to piercings, tattoos, a van, abstract art. Do you want obedient robots or curious kids? Ila asked. Serious now. Ryan softened. I just don't know how to do this. Max and Leo paused, seeing the worry behind his frustration. You're not going to mess it up, Max said gently. How do you know? Because you care, Leo answered. And caring dads don't fail. Ila sat beside him. Every parent feels like they're guessing. Even me. Every day I wonder, am I doing this right? You always look so sure. Inside? I'm winging it, Ryan sighed, then turned to the boys. I'm sorry. Sometimes I panic because I want you to be happy, and I don't always know how. We are happy, Max said. Especially when you're silly and with us. Ryan smiled. All right, keep the tattoos for today. Yes. They cheered, but tomorrow off before school. Deal! And now you need one too, Leo insisted. What? No, too late. Max was already applying a golden sun sticker to his forehead. You look like a warrior, Leo declared. Isla held up her phone. Don't you dare, Ryan warned. Oh, this is going everywhere. She teased, fake typing. CEO Dad becomes tattooed son warrior. Ryan stared at the chaos. Laughing kids, Isla's grin, and finally gave in. Fine, post it. But caption it, best tattooed dad in Seattle. The boys tackled him in a hug. And for the first time in forever, Ryan felt like he belonged. The next morning, Isla arrived quieter than usual. Morning, tattooed tribe, she said with a soft smile. You okay? Ryan asked. I need to visit my grandmother today. She's not sick, just lonely. Oh, Max said, worried. She just needs company for a while. You'll stay with your dad. Ryan felt a weird ache in his chest. Emptiness? He nodded casually. Of course. We'll be fine. But deep down, he already missed her. Are you sure? Illa asked gently. Ryan folded his newspaper a little too firmly. I can handle my own kids for a day. I know you can, Isla said, still unsure. It's just, they have a routine. We'll manage, Ryan replied. Max. And Leo exchanged uneasy glances. Will you come back tomorrow? Max asked. Of course, Isla knelt down, kissing their foreheads. Just one day, promise. After she left, the house felt oddly silent. Ryan tried to focus on reading, but even the boys sat staring at the door. So, he asked, what do you want to do? Play with Isla, Max said flatly. She's not here. Pick something else. TV? Ryan offered. Isla says too much TV melts your brain, Max replied. Reading? Isla does funny voices, Leo shrugged. Do you know voices? Not really. Painting led to a mess. Cooking ended in burned cookies. Dancing only made them laugh at him. Finally, Ryan pulled out Legos. Let's build a castle. Illa. Make spaceships? Max mumbled. Well, today, castles. They built in silence until Leo knocked over his tower and burst into tears. I want Isla. She fixes everything, Max joined in, upset. Why did she leave? She didn't leave. She's visiting her grandma, Ryan explained, trying to stay calm. What if she never comes back? Leo asked, voice trembling. Like the other nannies? That one stung. Ryan tried to sound reassuring, but even he had feared the same. Come back, he promised, but as he leaned forward, Legos got stuck in his gelled hair. Dad. You have Legos in your hair, Max pointed out. They laughed through the tears. Soon. Ryan sat on the bathroom floor while the twins carefully removed plastic bricks from his scalp. Dad, Max said softly, do you miss Isla too? Ryan paused. Maybe a little. She makes the house good noisy, Leo added. That night, after 2 failed lullabies and chaotic storytelling, Ryan sat alone in the quiet. He stared at his phone. It was silly to call her. But before he could second-guess, he dialed. Hello? Ila's tired voice answered. Hey, it's me. Just wanted to check on your grandma. She's doing better. Thanks for asking. We miss you. Not just the boys. Me too. There was a long pause. I miss you all too, she said. Softly, especially you with Legos in your hair. Max sent me a photo. Ryan chuckled. Can I send you something? She asked. Soon, a voice note arrived. He pressed play, for Ryan, who tried to be super dad, but got Legos in his hair. Oh, so bad for Max the lion and Leo who tries. Tomorrow I return with mischief and surprise. Ryan listened 3 times, grinning like an idiot. Maybe needing someone wasn't weakness. Maybe it was the start of real strength. The next morning, Ryan was up early. Not for work for Isla. At exactly 9 a.m., keys jingled. Max and Leo raced down the stairs. She's back. Isla walked in, carrying bright bags and a small suitcase, wearing a yellow blouse, floral jeans, and pink flamingo socks. My favorite family. She beamed. She hugged the boys tightly. Did you miss me? So much. And you, Coffee Baron? She teased Ryan. We survived, he said, trying to sound nonchalant. Just a few Lego accidents. I saw. Very stylish. What's in the bags? Max asked. Gifts from Grandma Rosa, she said, pulling out hand-knitted scarves blue. For Max, red for Leo and a stash of toys, puppets, friendship bracelet kits, a karaoke mic. Karaoke? Leo shouted. We're putting on shows. In fact, Isla grinned. Let's have a talent show, right now. Ryan began to sneak away. Oh no, Isla caught him. You're our judge. Me? You've got that grumpy judge face. She smirked. Max and Leo giggled. You do. Thanks. Ryan muttered, sitting in the judge's chair. The living room turned into a tiny theater. Crayon signs, rug stage. Makeshift curtains. First up, Max the magician. He made a scarf disappear. It fell. Changed a coin, same one, and pulled a puppet. From his hat? Score? Illa prompted. 8, Ryan said with mock seriousness. Rabbit was a bit furry. Next, Leo's original dino song. Rex is cool, eats plants, and plays by the rules. 9, Ryan announced. Great lyrics, strong vocals. Leo danced in celebration. Ryan, still holding the scorecard, smiled wider than he had in months. Not the CEO smile, not the polite one, the real kind. The kind you only earn when you stop pretending and start showing up, even with Legos in your hair. The talent show's final act came with a surprise. Isla tried to make the flamingos on her socks dance. She kicked her legs so wildly she fell onto the couch. 7, Ryan said, stifling laughter. Points off for balance. Creativity solid. Harsh. Judge, Isla muttered, pretending to pout. Then came the grand finale. Max stood proudly at the front. This song's about our family, he said, and someone really special. Leo added, she's more than just our nanny. They sang a silly, sweet tune. Daddy works a lot but smiles when he plays. Our home was quiet till someone stayed. She makes us laugh, holds our hands. She's our heart mom who understands. Illa covered her mouth, tears forming. Max looked up. You're like a mom to us. If you want to be, do you have room in your heart for a borrowed mom? Leo asked. I do, she whispered. The boys rushed in to hug her. Ryan stood frozen, overwhelmed. And the score, Mr. Judge? Max asked. Ryan cleared his throat. 10. Definitely a 10. Illa looked at him, their eyes locked. No words, just a quiet understanding. She opened one arm, wordlessly inviting him into the hug. He hesitated, then stepped forward, and when she pulled him close, something in him melted. He wasn't sure what she was becoming in their lives, but he knew he didn't want it to end. Thank you, he whispered. For what? She asked softly. For bringing us back to life. And for the first time since his wife passed, the idea of love didn't scare him. It made sense. The next morning, Max and Leo were suspiciously quiet. We're great. Max said too quickly. Totally normal, Leo echoed, eyes shifty. They locked themselves in their room for a mission. Briefing. Operation Parent Kiss, Max whispered. They love each other. We just need to make them admit it. Let's hold a wedding. Leo declared. Genius, Max grinned. A surprise wedding ceremony. They'll have to kiss. 2 hours. Later, Ryan stepped into the living room and froze. Streamers, paper flowers, a couch cushion altar, and his sons in makeshift royal attire. What? Is this your wedding? Max beamed. Wedding? With Illa, Leo said proudly. Before he could escape, Isla walked in and gasped. This is colorful. You're getting married. Right now, Max announced. You can't just... Ryan began. It's family tradition, Leo interrupted. We made it up. Traditions are sacred. Toilet paper crowns were plopped on their heads. Ryan sighed, defeated. Illa smiled, playing. Along. Max officiated. Do you promise to love each other forever? And make slime together? Boys... Ryan began. It would be silly, Isla cut in gently, if I wasn't actually in love with you. The room went still. Ryan stared. You're in love with me? She nodded. Since the day you signed my contract, with slime on your hands. He stepped forward, took her face in his hands, and kissed her. It wasn't grand or dramatic. Just soft, full of everything left unsaid. Max and Leo threw confetti from plastic bags. Long live the bride and groom! Later, wiping glitter from his shirt, Ryan smiled. So, we just got married by 2 6-year-olds in bathrobes. Toilet paper crowns, Isla added, and the most perfect chaos I've ever known. She kissed him again. Mission accomplished, Max whispered. We're the best cupids ever. Leo agreed. And for the first time in years, the Whitmore home felt like a family again. Asterisk. Ryan had never been this nervous, not in boardrooms, not on deals, but today wasn't business. It was personal. Did you buy the ring? Max whispered over breakfast. Ryan nodded, patting his jacket. And the speech? Leo asked. I tried. I'm not great with words. It doesn't have to be perfect, Max said. Just true. That afternoon, Ryan invited Isla for a backyard picnic. When she saw his suit paired with flip-flops, she laughed. Interesting outfit. Blame the boys, Ryan said sheepishly. In the yard, flowers lined the grass while kids' crayon drawings swayed from trees. Classical music played softly, occasionally interrupted by giggles from inside. What is going on? Isla asked, eyeing the setup. Sit down, Ryan smiled, gesturing to a ribbon-decorated chair. Then the boys burst out, followed by Lady Margaret, George, Martha, and nearly a dozen neighborhood kids forming a wobbly choir. Surprise! Ryan knelt on one knee. Isla towels. You flipped our world upside down and somehow made it better. You taught us that messes are okay, slime solves most problems, and love doesn't need perfection. Max and Leo stepped beside him. Will you marry us? They asked. Isla blinked at the crowd, the ring, the flip-flops. This is insane, Ryan nodded. Absolutely. And you've been planning this behind my back? Guilty, Leo grinned. Isla stood. Then my answer is yes. She jumped into Ryan's arms, knocking them both into the grass as cheers exploded. The choir erupted in an off-key song. Lady Margaret clapped. George strummed a surprise guitar. Even the neighbor's cat wandered in. An hour later, with marshmallow cake melting under the sun and toilet paper crowns askew, Mr. Peterson, retired and recently ordained, officiated. You may kiss the bride. They did, and Isla nearly toppled. The cake, again, classic, Max laughed. She's still the clumsiest. And that's why we love her, Ryan said, wrapping her in a hug. That night, with the chaos behind them, the boys asleep, and party decorations still scattered across the house, Ryan and Isla danced barefoot in the living room. How does it feel to be Mrs. Whitmore? Ryan whispered. Like I finally found home, Isla murmured, head resting on his chest. A drone, still buzzing in the air, recorded it. All two people swaying in quiet joy, surrounded by marshmallows, markers, and love. Thanks for letting me ruin your tidy little life, Isla smiled. Thanks for showing me messy can be beautiful. Think we'll make it? We'll mess up plenty, Ryan replied. But we'll love each other through it all. And in that moment, under fairy lights and laughter, Ryan knew this was the life he never knew he needed. What did? You think of Ryan and Isla's love story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss our most heartwarming stories. And if you haven't yet, check out the next beautiful story waiting on your screen now.